Tell me a little bit about Daddy Saturday.
Yeah, so my wife is not only a great wife and a fabulous mother, but she's an entrepreneur. And over 10 years ago, she started her own couture bridal boutique in Charlotte, North Carolina, named after our daughter, Hayden Olivia Bridal.
Okay.
And being in retail and being an entrepreneur, she wore all the hats. So it caused her to work almost every Saturday when the business was starting. And so I was alone with Hayden Olivia from the time that she was about 2 weeks old. And it was Daddy and Hayden on Saturday. And then as more kids came along, Blaine was next, and then Mason, and then Easton. We had 4 children, and I was always by myself on Saturdays with the kids because Heather was working. And I supported her in that, and she supported me in being with our kids. And I quickly found out I couldn't just wake up and kind of walk my way into a Saturday, right? The kids had expectations. They wanted, it was Dad on Saturday, we want to have fun, we want to make this epic. So what are we going to do, Dad? What's the game plan? And so one of our children, Mason, I believe, affectionately named it Daddy Saturday. And on Wednesdays, they would start saying, hey, what are we doing for Daddy Saturday? And so I started setting the bar and creating activities and being intentional and planning our days together. And we started videoing them and just putting them on YouTube. And we started to get all this following, and the neighborhood kids were coming over saying, we want to do Daddy Saturday. Can we do Daddy Saturday too? And the other dads were asking about it. And I quickly realized that I had something special here, not just special with my family, but special that was beyond our family. And I also recognized that in my own struggles as a dad, it was hard enough for me to be intentional and engaged with my kids. And I imagine other dads were going through the same thing. You know, what do I do with my kids on Saturday?
Sure.
I'm tired from the week. How do I get the energy to be able to go and engage my kids in a meaningful way? And so we created the platform and not only did it with our own family, but decided to make it bigger than that and create resources and ways we could help other dads engage their kids as well.
So what types of things did you start with?
So we have probably built more obstacle courses and had more water balloon fights and time on the trampoline and race tracks, and I mean, you name it, right? It was a lot of the stuff we could find around the house or what we could come up with in our own backyard. And it started to become bigger than that, and of course, as I started to set the bar, I had to raise the bar each and every weekend, right?
Of course, and another kid comes along, so you can't repeat, I'm sure.
You got it. Yeah. So we started to just be very creative. A lot of ideas we sourced off of YouTube or from the internet that we saw other people doing things that were fun, and we kind of made them our own. And I'll give you 2 or 3 of my favorites. How about that?
Very good.
So we did one where we did a bubble wrap battle. So I went to Lowe's and I bought the largest rolls of bubble wrap that they had. And I came home and I literally wrapped my kids in sumo suits with the bubble wrap. We put them on the trampoline and they just went nuts and bounced and ran at each other, and we had sumo fights and wars, and they just had an absolute blast. The problem was the suits were so big. Mason was probably 4 years old at the time. He kept falling over and he's like a turtle. He couldn't get back up and he'd cry for help. But they had such a blast. We made jousting sticks and other, battle gear out of the bubble wrap, and they couldn't get hurt. They were protected by bubble wrap, and they just had so much fun. And the ridiculousness of their outfits is probably what made it the most fun. All right, here we go. The sumo trampoline match is about to start. In this corner, fighting in the pink bubble wrap, we have
CCP, Cotton Candy Power.
Cotton Candy Power. In the middle, fighting out of the all green corner, we have
Bone Crusher.
the Bone Crusher. And fighting in the green and white bubble wrap, we have
The Bulldog.
the Bulldog. All right, for our first fight, we're gonna have the Bone Crusher versus the Bulldog. Come over here, Hayden. All right, ding, 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 go. We also did a time where I rented a pickup truck. And we took baby pools, soft blue baby pools. We put them in the back of the pickup truck in the bed. We filled them up with water and water balloons. And then we drove around our neighborhood. We drive golf carts more than cars in our neighborhood, so it was safe. And the kids were in the back, we had music playing, and we drove by friends' houses. They had water balloon fights with their friends and got to ride around the back of the pickup truck in what we called pickup truck hot tub.
Oh, wow.
And just, again, had an absolute blast. So we got our pools ready. Now we're doing our water balloons.
Oh, that's heavy.
You're just gonna drop them in your pool?
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Stop! Don't throw it. Don't throw it. No standing up, Blaine. What's your option? Do it the GoPro. Okay.
And then another great one was we did a mystery box slip and slide. So we took 2 slip and slides and put them side by side, and we made a structure of cardboard boxes that had caution tape so you couldn't see what you were sliding into.
All right.
And I would go to the other side, and I would put all sorts of things like whipped cream or peanut butter and jelly or mustard and ketchup and whatever we could find. We even did sardines and some nasty stuff. But and you had to pick your lane. You had lane 1 or lane 2, and 2 kids would go at a time. And the unfortunate party that went into the wrong tunnel was going to get the surprise on the other end. And they all wore goggles because they would go through it and, I mean, just be covered in whatever slime or the pile of stuff that was in that mystery box. And they loved it. It was a fabulous time. And I even got to go down and do it as well. And of course, when I did it, they just put everything in one big pile, and I knew I was going to get hit no matter what happened.
The Batt household had to be the most popular household in the neighborhood in South Carolina.
It often is, but we welcome that and love the opportunity to have others over and partake in it.
Now, that has grown from there to what is now Daddy Saturday and what we're going to experience here in Bryant today.